We are continuing our Shiurim on Otzrot Chaim. We are now on HaIburim, Daf Lamed Pereck Base, Daf Lamed Tes Amud Aleph in the old edition. In Matok Vidvash, it's Daf Kuf Nun Gimel. Okay, so let's just give a little introduction to what we are doing over here. We're building up Zun. We speak a lot about Zun, about the different parts of the world. What we do with Zun, how Zun is connected. Now we're going, actually, as I keep on saying, there's no Mukta Mamucha in this limud. Now we're going back to, if anybody would start writing the Sefer, they write the first how Zun is born, and then build it up, and then the connection and all this. But here, it's not. Rav Chaim decided to put it during the end. And here we're going to see that there's two chalokim to Zun, the chitzoinus of Zun, and the penimius of Zun. Okay, there's various facets. So let's just try to keep in our heads all these different bechinas of Zun. Okay, so you have bechinas, the chitzoinus and the penimius. Okay, so as we know, every time we do any tikkunim, and all the avodas Hashem boils down to the tikkunim in Za and Nuk, and therefore we have to build Za and Nuk on two different fronts: the chitzoinus of the Partzufah and the penimius of the Partzufah. Now we're going to do this on three different levels. The Ibul level, right, when he's born, well, before he's born, and then the Yanika stage is when he's coming out and he's doing this Yanika system, and then finally on the Ibul Gadlus. Okay, so that's a Gadlus. So it's Ibul, Yanika, and then Gadlus. Now, the Ibul that we speak about in this Shaar HaIburim, is going to speak about two distinct Iburim. Even though a child is only born once, but for all intents and purposes, when a person receives new moichim, jumps from one level to another level, from katnus to gadlus, we call that an ibul. He's born again, right? Bar mitzvah. He receives new gadlus, new moichim. That the Arizal calls that a new birth. Okay? So we have chitzonis and penimius. And we have two iburim in each one. Okay, so we have four iburim.
This ibur is muted in physical, or it's simply ruchni?
Physical as well, yeah. Everything we find in we're talking about here the olam ruchni, obviously, right? But it also obviously it manifests itself in this world.
Yeah, but one is in Gashmi, there aren't so many time places you'd be able to have a new ibur. In Ruchni, you could have all sorts of ages which would be 30,
that's if you
20, 40, at least, whatever. All sorts of ages you could have.
So you have to be observant. Every time you receive a new notion, that's you can touch it up as an ibor. I got a chidush, we call that. That's also you got inside of you. That didn't come from you. It came from lemala. That was a matonim in a shemayim. You got comes into your head a chidush. That is called the ibor.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not. But what I meant was the ruchni is not bedafkim kusha to the gashmi.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes.
When you have an einfal, that's not in gashmi. It's the ruchni.
What do you mean? It makes you grow. What do you mean? You're a different person altogether. That affects you. That affects your gashmi states.
Yeah, but the two iburim be'etzem are the birth.
Yeah.
And after the Yanika is called the ibur as well.
No. No. It's nichlal in the first. In the birth. In the katnus.
So where is the ibur afterwards?
In gadlus.
Yeah.
In gadlus.
So you don't see ibur.
So in years,
ibur.
What?
We see birth. We don't see ibur. We see birth.
Translation of ibur is birth. What do you mean?
No.
Ibur means birth.
Ibur is pregnancy.
Oh, sorry. You're right. I made a mistake. Ibur is still inside, and then you come out.
So there's no
That's
second
later.
ibur, but the gashmius.
There's no ibur in gashmi?
There's no second ibur in gashmius.
Of course there is.
The gadlus of Bomitz.
Obviously, you don't understand.
The question is that there's no others.
No, you don't understand. When we're talking about
any status there is.
No. Anything in this world is not ruchni. Understand? Anything in this world is not ruchni. Right? So when I get an einfal, that's gashmi. Don't tell me anything again.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, everything in this world is a manifested stage of what's lemala.
It's spirit.
Lemala.
It's spirit. It's
Okay, for us, it's
the ruchni of gashmi, you mean?
Yeah.
The ruchni of
okay, that's the definition. Anything in this world is like is at a manifested stage. So therefore, in the same way we find these two stages, both in the chitzonius and both in the pnimis, we'll find in this world as well. Okay, with that little introduction, so let's go on. Okay, so we're focusing on Zun. And then there's Abba Ima, and then there's Arich, and there's Atik. So we're starting mamish from the Aleph base over here. So here we go. Nevaya Ativ said the Iburim of Zah, the way Zah becomes what he is, in the stage of Ibu. Bebechinas chitzonis v'pinimis. Right? And everything has two facets, two sides of the same coin. V'ne'ema, we said already in the first pereck, Shehine shlosha zmani Ibu. Yes, there are 3 zmanim of Ibu. No, there's not 3 Iburim. There's only 3 zmanim in the Ibu process. Arishon ho Ibu the Yud Beis Chodesh, Chodoshim, Yud Beis Chodesh, and Niskav Shas. Now, you can have 3 different timings of this Ibu. Right? We can have one which is 12 months. Kenizkav Shas, that's the Gemara on Yevamos of Pei on the base. The Maaseh Ahu the Ishtohi Vlada Yud Beis Yacha. That is a case where the Rebbe was matir a woman to not becoming a Yevama, because he said that she gave birth to her previous husband after 12 months, meaning that it's ganz shaykh to have a birth after 12 months. V'asheinu ibo the teisha chodoshim hamuga tamid ba'olam, and then we have a normal birth, which is after we have in our world over here muga ba'olam, which is 9 months, and then the shlishu hua ibo the sheva chodoshim, and then we have a different zman of ibo of which is a pre, which is ibo which is early. Now, when we speak, again, there's 2 facets that we spoke about, the chitzonius and the pnimius. Now, when we speak about the chitzonius part of the Partsufim, building of the chitzonius part of the Partsufim, we will find, out of the 3 zmanim that we're given, we only mishtamish in 2 of them. The Yud Beis Chodoshim and the Teisha Chodoshim. Obichinas, when we go to rectify the pnimius of the zone, then shimshu beibu shel iburim acherim shehem teisha v'sheva chodoshim. Okay. V'natzri lebai inan chitzonius. Now let's start with the exterior parts of the Partsufim. Shine bo shimsho shnei iburim yud beis chodosh teisha keniska. We're going to use these 2 zmanim to help us, give us zmanim in order to give us time in order to build up these Partsufim, the chitzonius spaces. V'natzri min arishon v'nema. Kine ibo arishon hayi b'chinas arich atzmo. מבחינת נאי שבו ומהזיווג שבו עצמו נעשה אבק דזר מבחינת תלת כלילן בתלת כנס. Let me be mazbeh. We have to fill in the gaps over here. So let's give a hakdama kloli here. When we look at the world of Atzilus, which is the highest world, this is the world, our tafkid, our mabata. Our outlook is always to get back into the original world of Atzilus. We're in Bia, we're in the Klippa. All the tikkunim that we do, remember, and always remember this class, are always back in the world of Atzilus. So we have to return everything back to Atzilus. So what we're focusing on over here, it's called Zoom de Atzilus. Okay. Now, when you're working with the world of Atzilus, there are 5 Partsufim which are grafted onto this world. Now, the most basic Partsuf, which is the background of all the Partsufim, is Arich. Arich stretches from the top of the Atzilus to the bottom of the Atzilus. Now, from Be'erech around from the Goron of Atzilus, of Arich, is Abba Ve'im until the waist. Okay? Now, from the waist downwards, all around 360, that's right. From the waist downwards to all the way down to the feet is where Zun is going to be placed. So we got the 5 Partsufim there. Got it? Again, not more. You have Arich, which stretched from the top of Atzilus to the bottom of Atzilus. That's Partsuf number 1. Abba Ve'ima, which stretched from the Goron at the Chazir. Well, it's a bit lower than the Chazir, from the Tibur. That's the 2 Partsufim. Abba on the right hand side, Ima on the left hand side. That's already 3 Partsufim. And the last 2 Partsufim is Zavinuk from the waist downwards to the feet. That's it. You have the 5 Partsufim which are grafted onto Arich, which is superimposed over the world of Atzilus. In the world of Atzilus. Klar? Now, let's go back to Arich. Arich, the way we know again Abba V'Ima is right over here from the Govan thing. Now, what's going to happen over here? In order to make a tikkun in Za, what we're going to do over here is that we're going to lift the legs up of Arich, which is a Nahi, right? Netzach is the right leg, Hod is his left leg, and Yesod is the middle. You're going to lift it up and graft it onto his Chagas, his Chesed, Gvur, and his Tifer. So his right leg, which is Netzach, will go on the right hand side, which is the Chesed. His left leg, which is the Hod, is going to go onto his left side, which is the Gvur. And the Yesod is going to go on his Tifer. As simple as that. Okay? That's the Eshta Aleph, that's the first stage in the Tikkun. So let's read that again. Naschil Va'in Chitzonis Shehem Chitzonis. Shehine Bo Shimshu Shnei Iburim the Yud Beis V'Teisha Akediska. Naschil V'Arishon V'Nema. Here we go. Kehine Ibo Arishon Haya V'Bechinas Arich Atzmo. The Ibo Rishon, that means the first shlab in the Tikkun of Zah, happens out of Dei Arich. V'Bechinas Nahi Shebo. The Nahi of Arich is going to start the process of Tikkun of Zah. How is that going to happen? Me'azivuk shebo atzmo nase, when he makes a zivuk, Arich will make a zivuk menu bay from himself, because there's a tzad zacha and tzad nekeva in Arich himself. When he makes a zivuk menu bay, which we'll explain later on how that happens, therefore nase avak, or you can add in v'niskan avak, dezar b'bchinas tlat that means Zah will be in the same position as Ari, in the same way that Nahi of Ari is on the Chagad of Ari, as we just explained. The legs will be folded over to the chest. Zah will duplicate that. It's also, which is also grafted there, which grafted on the Nahi, will be also lifted up in this position of its legs being on its Chagas. Nahi on the Chagas. Tlat. In the Na'i will be grafted onto the Chaga. That's the first shlab in the Tikkun. Right. The inner zivug arich, as we explained, was when the legs go up, they're going to make a zivug. Now, how does that happen exactly? The inner zivug arich, who is it? Shehine, nizbar she'en arich rak teisha spheres belva, v'lo nizkar bo b'chinas malchus. We have only teisha spheres in malchus, in arich, sorry. Malchus is not b'chlal b'cheshbon. Omnam. We know Malchus is the Nekeva. How can you make a zivug without a Nekeva? So it's looked at Omnam. HaYesod shebo kolu docha v'nukva. Understand that in the Yesod of Arich will have a combination of Zach and Nekeva. Kedimya matama kolu docha v'nekeva nukva v'sod tzadik katama yifrach keniska v'sefer Zohar. That we know that the Tama tree can reproduce itself. And how can you need a Zohar side of the seed and then a Nekeva side of it. So how can a Tama come out by itself? The answer is, in the Tama tree, in the date tree, you have both Nichlal, Zohar and Nekeva, and therefore that's why Arich, says Zohar, is doimed to the Tama tree. Tzadik, which is Keser, which is Arich, is doimed to Tama Yifrach. It reproduces itself. Okay. So now, weiter. But as nisalu nai shel chagad shelo, the Arich again is lifting up his leg, going on the chagad. Ashisham matzav mamad abba v'ima. Can know that we know that abba v'ima, as we explained, is right on the chest. So as Arich is lifting up his chest, being nichlal inside of abba v'ima. Now where's abba v'ima? Abba v'ima malbish chesed v'chatzi tiferes emit. Abba, which is on the right hand side, is on the chesed of Arich, and also on half of the tiferes of Arich. Ima's malbeshes gvura v'chasi tiferes smali, and Ima's on the left hand side is malbish the gvura part of Arich, and also half of the tiferes. Ve'ala netzach the Arich. Now, as Arich is lifting up his right leg, it's going on his chesed. Sham Shilo, Shu Sham Abba, and we know that Abba is there. Ho the Arich v'gvura Shilo. As Arich is lifting up his left leg, which is represented by Hod, is on his gvura, and what do we find there? Shesham Ima. Ve'ala Yesod the Arich b'tiferes, and the Yesod also goes up. Is going to go on. It's his tiferes. What's over there? Shesham b'bechinas das of Abba v'Ima. Shu ha-yesod shalhem. Chetzav kan v'chetzav kan. Right? So who's over there? The Abba v'ima's also the half of Abba is on the Tiferes on the right hand side, and half of Ima is on the Tiferes. So when the Yesod of Are goes on the Tiferes, it's going to be on both. The only shayla is why is he called it Das? So the Mefarshim, the Eshel in Ois Beis explains that why is he calling the Das the Abba? It should be Yesod, because we know that the Yesod of Abba V'Ima is there, not the Das. So he says that when you look at in the big picture, when we speak about Abba V'Ima in the big picture of Atzilus, we call Abba is referred to Chochma, and Bina is referred to and Ima is referred to Bina, and the middle of them is a joining point where the Das is, and therefore the zivug between Abba V'Ima happens in Das. It's a sort of a meeting point. But in our context, the zivug always happens in Yesod. So it's actually the Yesod of Abba V'Ima, which was found on the Tiferes of Arachampim. But as he continues, so again, as the Nai V'Are is lifting himself and going inside of Abba V'Ima, and the Mefarshim explain, we're not talking about the physical Netzachot Yesod of Arach which is going up. We're only talking about the oilers. The or which is inside of those kelim are going inside. So therefore, move on that it's going inside the Abba V'Ima. Asher hem docha v'nukva, because we know Abba V'Ima are zocha v'nukuva, zocha v'nekeva. V'az al yodom hayesod ha'arich nichlal medocha v'nukva. So here it's an ezer, because again there's no malchus in Arich. So where's the zivug going to happen in the Yesod? We know the Yesod always is the mokum where we make the zivug. So how is we're going to make a zivug in Arich? But the fact says the Arizal that it's going and grafting itself on the Abba V'Ima, which is again the china of Zoch v'Nekeva. So Zoch v'Nekeva ki'ilu of Abba V'Ima will be goyrem a zivug in minu beis, a shimish minu bei in Arich's Yesod in order to make a zivug in Yesod. So what's the total? Once there's a zivug minu bei in Yesod Arich, hotzi az chitzonis devak dezaz. So somebody asks you, how was that produced? You can tell them, well, actually not produced, it actually came out from the Enam De'ak already, but the way with Niskan, it was Niskan at the chitzonis akolpanim. The vak of the chitzon of Zazah was niskan aridei the zivug minu bei in Yesod Arich, and so it wasn't niskan legamri. It was still tlat kelilan tlat ve'esa nukva besod psia leba. And also we know that Zah includes nukva, which is the malchus which was sticking out. Can move on later. But tachlis now, what was the whole point of Arich doing this? What do you have?
Kaf mem beis aleph.
Okay. Come on, what's later? Now, what was the tafkid of Arich? What was the interest of Arich to do this tikkun? So listen to this. It was a self-induced interest, right? Because it was no ger for Arich. Why? Because Zog the Arizal v'tachlis kavanoso haita lidlabish betoiche kiniskan le'el. We'll find later on that we find that in order to have a tikkun shalom, every part of it has to have a halbosha, has to have something covering it, because otherwise his oilers are too strong, he can't be mashpia properly. Therefore you have to have a kisoy around the parts of it in order to mamait the oil, in order for the tachton, in order to be nene. So therefore we have Abba V'Ima on the chaget of Arachampim, but we have nothing down on the nahi of Arachampim. Therefore he's misakin Zun in order to be malbish that Zun, which is only a vak now, on its nai in order to memayit its all. So therefore it was a self-interest in order for Ariel to be misakin the Zah. V'nimtza she'aliyas nahi da'arich b'mokum chagas shebo hayletam eniska litlabish b'torah Abba V'Ima. In order to the aliyah of the naib Ariel, in order to be malbish inside of Abba V'Ima, she's repeating himself. Shem docha v'nukva ve'al yodam, the fact that they're docha v'nukva al yodam gam yesod shebo nizdavik minu v'ek niskar k'mo shizba'am. Right. Now that's.
And then he went back.
And then he went back. Yeah.
But he was mislabish now in Zah.
Yeah. Correct. Now another reason why this was done, that Arich lifted up his legs kiviyachol. ועוד יש טעם שני, והוא שכבר נסבר לאר שזה היה בבחינס רשוס הרב עם שישה כצובת נפרוד על זה וזה. ותיקונם הוא לקשרם בסוד פרצוף אחד מיוחד. נקרא רשוס היחד. וכן הוצרו גם לנאי דאריר אנפין להכלול בחגת שלו עצמו, שיהיו אז אבק באריר כלולים תלת גב תלת, כדי לכלול גם את זה שהוא בק בבחינת תלת כלולים תלת, ויקשו ביחד. Meaning that we know that all the parts came from the Yinayim that came out b'chat samcha, one underneath the other, which led to their shvira because they weren't communicating. The sod of tikkun is when they're tlats, when they're triads. Three. The Chabad is on 3, Chag is on 3 kavim, and the Nai is on 3 kavim. So therefore, another reason why Nai want to pick up his legs in order to do this, in order to misakin Zah from originally being a Chat Samcha, a Chushus Arabim, in order to make him a Chushus Yochid. Yochid means, like we explained many times, Yochid is a communication between all parties within one mokum. That is the Yesod of Tikkun. So those are the two reasons why this happened. Now, let's go back to our original discussion. We said that Iburim and Ibul takes 12 months. It takes 12 months. Now, why Dafka 12 months? Why Dafka 12 months? Now, we're going to give 6, the Rav is going to give over 6 different reasons why Dafka 12 months. Okay, so 6 different reasons, but again, it's all going to be Nichlal in one. Okay, here we go. Bine, Ibu Azeh. Sorry? We know there's 12 months in the Chodesh. That's the first type of Ibo. We have 12 months, we have 9 months, and 7 months. Now, we're going to explain 12 months. The reason why it's 12 months is Mishum Arich Ampin. What does that mean? We know, as we said, the Nai de Arich goes inside Abavim. Klolos shesh means you have 3 spheres, Netzach Hod Yesod of Arich, and going into the Chesed Gvot Tiferet of Abba. Those are 6 different bechinas. V'gam yesh klolos nahi shelo shenichlul b'chaget shelo be'atzma. We also have the nahi of Arich going into his own chagas. That's already another 6. Harihem klolos shisha acherim hari yud beis. That's 12 altogether. Now, what does this mean? It sounds like we're just fudging here, putting nikus together.
What do you mean? You go tomorrow. There's 2 chasnas. The chasna, the chasna of the calendar, and the chasna of the chosn. There's one chasna.
Right. So the pshat is it. Now we know that the chosn is mashpia something, right? And the nukva is mashpia something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's together.
Yeah, but they produce something new.
Yeah, but at the same time.
Yeah, good. But everybody's mashpia on the other one, behind them. When the chosid is mashpia on the kala is not the same kala she was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
She's mushba by the chosid.
Mm-hmm.
And the kala, when she's mashpia on the chosid becomes new as well. So how many bechinas is that? Is that 2 or is that 4? That's 4. Right? And the zivug is there. That's what he's saying over here. That when one side is mashpia, the nai is mashpia on the chagat, so therefore the shvach in the chagat. When the chag is mashpia on the nai is not the same nai, it's a new. So each one are getting new bechinas. That's how he's counting it at 6. Now what is this all 4 bichlal? The 4 bichlal is because this combination, all these elements together, we're not going to ask the why, say why did it happen like this. We're just here to investigate the hows and wheres and what's. So we're seeing from here that all these elements together, bichlal, that's the sod of why a woman has to take a pregnancy at the yud base, a pam. Sometimes we find that a woman has to take a pregnancy, like we find the Gemara in the Daf Pei in the Yevomas, that sometimes a pregnancy, you go into Yud Beis Chodoshim, 12 months, because of this combination of elements have to go into this. Now, that's the first reason. Another 5 reasons. Now, not a combination of Abba ve'Ima and Arich, but rather Arich Hampin Atzmo. Shekemo shenichol al nai b'chagad, Shem Shisha, because we said again, we have 6 Netzach Hod Yesod Chesed Gvul Tiferet, that's 6. V'hem Shisha mitata le'elo, v'gam nichlol me'elo letata Chag v'nahi 6. Again, this must be on that. That makes 12 altogether. Hem Yud Beis. Tam or Tam Shlishi. V'hine Zivug zehu de'arich. Now, Ela Shehayet labashuso gav abavim. As we know, there's a zivug. Well, there's a connection between Arich in which is going inside of Abba ve'Ima. Now, והנה, זיווג אבא ואמא יקראו ממזל שמיני, דדיקנה דאריך, כמובוא אצלנו שאבא יונק ממזל חס, ואמא ממזל י' ג'. וגם נסבר שמזל חס הזה הוא ב-300 מילו יודים, ונמצא שיש בהם י' בייס יודים, וכדי לקבל שפע מאלו י' בייס יודים, הוא צריכו להתעכב שם י' בייס חודש. Now what does that mean? Okay, let me explain. We know that every partsuf, I'll explain, Arich is the most pneumistic partsuf. On top of that, you have Abba V'Ima around that. So, Kamuvan, when Abba V'Ima want a Yenika, want Shefa, they have to go to Arich. They have to be Yenika from Arich. Now, how is Abba V'Ima yoinik from Arich to get their Shefa? From the Dikna de Arich. Now, there's 13 Tikuni Dikna in Arich. The two main ones that Abba V'Ima receive from is Dikna Ches. Dikna Ches. Notzer. And then you have Dikna Yud Gimel. Abba will be yearning from Dikna Ches. And Ima will be yearning from Dikna, Tikuni Dikna with Yud Gimel, which is Notzer Chesed. What?
Chet is Notzer Chesed and the Gimel is
Notzer is the Shmini. Venake is Yud Gimel. So you can just imagine Abba is getting from the Mazal. It's called Mazal Shmini, which is Notzer, and Ima is receiving her Shefa from Venake, which is Mazal Yud Gimel. It's drawing that down. Now, in Shemus, when all this is represented in Shemus, now this is represented by Ab, meaning this is Yud Vav Dalet, K Yud Vav Aleph Vav Yud Vav K Yud. The Havaya, when you make a milui of this Havaya in Yudim, which is called the Havaya de Ab, or the Havaya de Yudim. Therefore, if you count the amount of Yudim in that particular Shem Hashem, which is connected those mazolas, particularly we're going to work with the mazol Ches, which Abba is receiving from, you're going to find that there are 4 Yudim in the Havaya de Yudim. 4. Now there are 3 Abim in that particular mazol. Right? You have Havaya the Ab, Havaya the Ab, and now you have 4 times 3, that's 12 Yudim, you have 12 Yuds. So Arizal, that is why you need 12 months. You have to give time for the Patsuf to absorb Zat in order to absorb these 12 Yudim from Abba in order to misakin himself. Okay, that is the 3rd time. 4th time why we need 12 Chodoshim. Gam tam revi b'inyan, is that clear?
Clear?
Well, you have the Mazal Ches and Mazal Yud Gimel. Mazal Ches has inside of it. It's called a Mazal.
It's a Dikna.
Yeah, it's a
Tikuni Dikna.
Tikuni Dikna. It's a part of the beard where it's called Mazal. Well, Mizila, Loshen, it is noisel. It goes down. That's the beard going down into the lower Patsufim, right? So it's noisel into Zam 3 Havayas. Don't ask me why. It's 3 Havayas. The Havayas represented by Havayas the Yudim. Havayas the Ab. And over there you find there's 4 Yudim in every set. That makes 12. As simple as that. Gam Tam Revi'ah.
So that's not the Tzorech. That's the Tzorech Abba ve'Ima.
No, we're explaining Yud Beit Chodesh of Zah. Why does the Zah need 12 Chodoshim?
So it's not for Zah. No, it's just because of Abba ve'Ima to be
Zah needs
from Arich.
Yeah, but to be mashpia, that takes, let's say, 2 seconds to be mashpia to them. But Zah, in order for him to absorb the shefa from Abba and Ima, it'll take him 12 months in order to absorb these 12 Yudim.
Really?
What are these Tamim? We have 6 Tamim.
Who's for the Mazal Shmini? It's Abba.
Abba.
So where do we have 12 Yudim?
Over there.
In Arich, yeah?
Yeah.
So Abba
Arich is mashpia these 12 Yudim to Abba.
To Abba, yeah. So that takes time.
No. That takes 1 second. What I'm interested over here is finding out why does that take 12 months in order to develop his
I
chitzar.
understand.
Because then we'll see, like, I skipped that little part, because after that, after you have a zivug between the muzzle ches and muzzle yud gimel, they make a zivug, then there's a shefa which comes out, and that shefa is going to take 12 months in order to get the zah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, right. Gam tam rvi be'inyan zun atzmo. Now, this is the reason why 12 months is going to out muzzle, not muzzle, but out zah. Zah has a chitzon. That's why it needs 12 months. Meaning, v'hu ki gam b'zah atzmo nichlol anai shelo b'chagat shelo. As we know, we have his nahi of zah is going towards chagat. Again, that's 6. Harishesh. V'chen chagat shelo nichlol b'nai shelo. Hare shesh acherim. So again, same thing. V'nimsa yud beis bechinas. Od tam chamishi. Another, the 5th tam is shehine elu. When we speak about the vak dezah, hayu tchila shesh bechinas shehem chagatz. Shehem shlosh bechinas shehem chagatz. Sorry. Shehayu tchila shalosh bechinas Shem Chagas. We have, first of all, 3 bechinas in Zah. Chesed Gvul Tiferes. Ube'elu shalosh hayu abo acheres she'em nahim kilan bekol achas v'achas mehem. Omer shlosha rishones nimsa shehem shlosha pamim arba she'em yud beis.
Kol pamim arba.
Meaning you have Chesed Gvul Tiferes. Now in Chesed Gvul Tiferes, you have the nahim, which is mashpia on each one. Remember, we have the nahi going up to the chagas, right? Folding of the legs. Now, it's not like we thought the netzach is just going to the chesed and the hod's going over to the gevurah, but rather all the nahim is going into the chesed, all the nahim is going into the gevurah, all the nahim is going into tiferes. And yes, 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. That it represents the zmanim that it takes in order for Zat to develop its chitzon. And the last tam, Od tam shishi, ki hine malchut tzorish te nichleles b'kol ashlosha. Nahi shari shlosha. So we have the malchus of Zah now. The malchus of Zah also needs to be taken care of. So the malchus of Zah goes up as well in all 3 of the netzach hod yisod. So that's 3. Ve'arika kol achas me'elo ashlosha, which is the netzach hod yisod. Tiklula be'elo shlosha rishones, which are chagat, same principles. So you're going to have the nahi going up into the chesed, nahi going to the gevurah, nahi going to tiferet. That's another 9. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus the original 3, which is the malchus, which goes up to the chagat, to the nahi. Sorry, that's 3. Hari yud beis.
Don't be sorry.
Sorry?
Don't be sorry, because you ask a good question. Why malchut is not with the chagat?
Eventually it is, because we're saying that...
There will be more.
What?
Why you don't do malchus chesed, malchus gvura, malchus tiferet as well?
Because the Ika Yenika of malchus is from the Nahi.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I stated in the The Yenika in Mavor Sha'arim spells a claw, that the Ika Tikkun of malchus and the Yenika of malchus is by the Nahi. That's the Ika. That's why when it comes to 3 times. Because you begin as Zat Tlat Klil and Tlat again. So remember, we're only in Tlat Klil. But malchus Revia Eleha. Okay, so let's make a little sikum over here. He says, "V'hine nimsa shezman ibo rishon ikro hu be'arich." Iko be'arich. Now, the meaning: how do we make the ibo or the tikkun of ibo of zah via arich? How is that? Ela shahaya al yido heyosim mitlabesh toch abba v'ima nahi v'abba nahi arich goes up and is mitlabesh entire abba v'ima. Ki kavanasa, why did he do that? Ki kavanasa hu lasas ela b'chinas levushim mizun. Nitlaveshu mitibur dilei ad siyuma keniska le'er. In order that he should have a malbush from his chazeh ad to his raglayim. V'nimtze shu shahaya zmanu yud beis chosho. So all that tikkun took us 12 months. V'zisod ma shekosev v'mama kava milik savyad in the Zohar chodesh parshas vayitchanan. And also in the Sefer Zohar, Parashat Bereshis Daf Lamed Hey Amud Beis, and the Zohar says as follows: She'anitiois, the plantings, hem kekarne chagavim. The plantings referring to the zun. Zun is planted into Abba v'Ima. Ve'etnotehu, and they are left there, and there's an atir process in Ima. V'ishto yud beis yache shata. So that's the sort of what the Zohar is trying to tell us, that za, which is keneged, which we're referring over here, kekanech hagavi, were planted into Ima and waited there yud beis chodesh to come out. Okay, so ad kan, this is the zman of
Ima to Arich.
Eventually in Ima, right? Yeah. Now, what happens at the end of the day? So we just finished now explaining the Zman of Katnus. Now let's move on now to the Zman of Yenika now. V'achgar nodazun ubaz Zman Yenika. Ubikoach Yenika nispashtu vak deza. Okay, so what do we have? We have this little baby over here. We have the Nayon is Chagas. The Yenika stage, what's going to happen? Listen, it's very important. The only thing that's going to happen is that the nai is going to stretch out. So Skilo, the baby now is coming out, now it's going to stretch out his legs. And it had all his tikkunim, now it has gimel kavim, and it has 6 spheres. There's no, like you were trying to say, right? There's no Ibur per se in the Yenika stage. We only have 2 of them, right? One in the Katnus stage and one in the Gadlus stage. Since the Yenika stage is nichlal in the Katnus stage, it also has epis shmek of Ibur, but it's not reckoned as the 2 main Iburim. We know that every baby is yearning from the dadim and the shadayim of the Ima. We know that ki bechinas dadim nikra b'shem shem shakai. We know that the dadim and Kabbalah and Zohar explain to us that the dadim are keneged shakai, the name of shakai. והנה נסבר אצלנו ששם שקאי הוא gematria Havaya. Right? You got that? That the shakai, which is 614, is the gematria of Havaya. Now he's going to explain how do we get to that, because Havaya is only 26. Here we go. She'alba oises hem ku. We know the 4 Havaya, Yud K Vav K, it's gematria of 26. Now, Gam Nas is bechinas ab, as we know, that's only the poshut. When you memali the Havaya, it comes out to 72. Yud Vav Dalit, K Yud, Yud Vav Yud, and then K Yud is the extension, that's called the Yudim. That's 72. V'gam Nase Rayu. Now what's Rayu? What does Rayu come over? 216. Comes out, Hu Gematra Shlosha Pamim Ab. Shlosha Pamim Ab. 3 times 72. Is 216. Kimuva Tlem Bekavanas Yavo Hashem Al Panav. V'sham Nizbaya Shlosha Bechinas Elu, and over there in that particular dush, which we're not going to go into, it'll take us too long to explain. There we find in Yavo, when we do the Tachanus, and over there we find these 3 names: the Ku, Ab, and Rayu. The Kaf, the 26, 72, and 216. Gematria Shakai. 314 altogether. Shemekoimam hu b'shlosha kavi chagaz. Now, where do we find these shemas of Ku, Ab, and Rayu? We find it on the chagaz. It explains. Tiferes hu Havaya. Tiferes, the main kav of Tiferes, is where you find the Ku, the 26, the Havaya. Yukivavke. On the right hand side is the gematria Chesed, is gematria of Ab. So obviously you find the Ab on the right hand side, and the Gvura. With Rayu, it's always we can't go into. We got Dush of the Kavanos of Rosh Hashanah. We find that all the Rayus are Keneged Gvura, so that's on the left hand side. Lechein Mokum Dadim, hu bechaze sheben achaga. Therefore, the Dadim, which represent the Shakai, is on the Chagad. V'kol bechinas Yachad hem Shakai. Right, because we find the Tiferes is kol achagas kivan shuhu memutza, right? Okay, so kol mokum adadim hu bechaze. The dadim on the chaze. Why? Because of these bechinas. The kol bechinas yachad im shakai. Shakai ze yem adadim miima shiyonik azar. Now from this shadayim, right, which is made of shakai, These are the dadim of the ima, which za is yoinik from. Where? From the chagat, that area of the chagat. v'nispashtu v'nitkenu shlosha kavim rishonim shelo, she'em chagat, asher yesh ba'em ab rayu ku keminan shakai. Okay? So that is going to misakin its chagat, and therefore that's going to release, and that's going to work on its chagas. Okay. Now, ba'achikach, let's finish off the picture. V'gama nai shabo yinoku misham. Even its nahi is going to be yonik. The nahi of za is going to be yonik from ima. V'nasi gam ken b'chinas ab rayu ku kenoda shema sheyesh b'chagas yesh b'nahi. To whatever the process is going to happen in chagat, automatically that's going to entail that nahi is going to do the same thing. El sheb'chagat hen rachamim v'nikra shakai b'rafa. V'sol ben shakai yalin, shu mokum adadim mamish, u'nai nikram shakai dagesh b'sod kel shakai, lefi shem yoyse b'dinim. Kenoda. שהדגש והרף הם דין ורחמים, והנה נמצא שגם בחינת יניקה נמשכת מסוד אב ראיו, שהם עושים עיבור ודי לזה. Ibor, right? So what's going to happen is that the za, which is bechinas ibor at this stage, right? It's yanika, is now going to start stretching the how because it's going to be yoinik. Out of this maisi yanika through these various gematrias of ku, ab, and rayu, the chagat is going to get his tikkun, and the nai is going to get his tikkun, and that is how it's going to be spashes from the nai and the chagat. The yanika zu nimshechas adios. Ben Teisha Shana V'Yom Echad. So therefore, in Gansin, how many years is it going to take? It's going to take 9 years and 1 day for the Yenika stage. Okay, Adkan Zman Yenika. Now the last stage is Zman Gadlus. Zman Gadlus in Ibo V'Afrika Ba Zman Gadlus. L'chein tzarech Ibo Sheni Demochim. Now this is the second Ibo. Inyanu, and this is very, very important. This is very nogea to all the kavanas of Kei Shema, the nogea to the kavanas of Shmona Esrei. Anytime we find the mochim coming of godless. Inyanu hu mebechinas zivug abba v'ima laseis mochim lezu. Now this is nogea to when za now wants to grow and come to the stage when it needs to grow. It's going to get what's called the mochim into what's called the levushim, which is going to go into za. And I'll explain as we go along. Sha'ibul harishon ikohu me'arich atzmo mineu be'kniska. Right? The ibul stage, where did he get it from? He got its tikkun from arich, as we explained, from the zivug mineu be'in arich. Ela shahaya al yodo hisla b'shutzo be'aba v'ima. How did it make zivug mineu be'? Only because it had a shaykhas to the soidus of Abba v'Ima, and therefore it was enabled to do a zivug merubei al yidei Abba v'Ima. But the ikar is arich, and the tofel is Abba v'Ima. Abba v'Ima sheni is pumfaket. Iko hu zivug Abba v'Ima, v'arich tofel lehem. Ve'ever me'ibo rishon. Now we got a little bit of a question over here. How can it be azam in zah? How can it be the arich, which is a higher bechina, is fixing up a ibo, which is a low bechina, and Abba v'Ima, which is a low bechina, is fixing up a high bechina and Zah, which is called the mochim. Yitochen? How can that be? V'tam muvan, kama, this is the Arizal's question, kama muvan, v'tam muvan, kemotion is ba b'shas. Right? This is what the Gemara says. Azor, Shal Tornosopos. Rashash Rabbi Akiva. He asked him a question. Is a mice in Noim Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu or Shel Basar V'Dam? Which of the mice are better? The Kavan also Haisa Lama Lo Nivra Adam Mo. Seems that he's making his mockery of Hashem Chaz Shalom. He's saying, look, Hashem is not making perfect things. He made an Adam which is not Mo. So what is better? The mice or the mice Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu? And Rabbi Kiva answered him, "Hevi lo raya me'achitim anivroim al yedo yisborach." That we know that we have to take wheats, chitim, and then this intermediary stage that we finalize it by making a bread. Nilmaz mezeh, and Rabbi Kiva is teaching him a lesson. Nilmaz mezeh sheyesh devorim shanich makadosh baruch hu biyad basar v'dam letakanam. V'hu lo tikan That's part of our that's our job here in order to do the final market patish. Because you have a question, as we say, how can it be that Arich is fixing up a lower part in Zah, which is the vak of the Zah? Haya al yedei ar rampin. Ve'ibo sheni shu tzorer mochim de Zah. Haya al yedei Abba ve'ima. And Abba ve'ima, which is a lower partsuf, are fixing up a higher partsuf, a higher place in Zah, which are the mochim de Zah. Ki yesh devorim nitkinim al yedei tachton kinizka. Fakir adrabah. So the Eibishter often leaves higher bechinas for us to fix. He fixed the vak, and we have to fix the gam. That's the whole avodah. ובפרט במה שנצבע בעיקר הכל הוא להוציא עיקר ושורש דזה שהוא הווק. אבל השלוש הברוכים שבו הם סוד תוספת אליו, כי לכך משתנים ההולכים וחוזרים ואינם בקבע. He seems to be changing his mahalach over here. He seems to be giving a different reason. That before we said it's not a chitzon, adrabah, the Eibishter is mechaben to leave the lower bechinas to do a higher bechina. This time he's giving, seems to be fakir. He seems to be saying that the vak of Zah adrabah is the most important part of the partsuf, and that's why the most important partsuf, which is arich, contributes to the vak to Zah. Masha enkein, the mochim, a person's intelligence. Sometimes he's having a good day. He chaps good chedushim. He's learning well. Tosefes, it comes over. Sometimes it goes away. Sometimes it goes away. And therefore, holchim, he says, mishtanim, holchim, v'chozim. So therefore, the morchim are not something stable so much, and therefore it's only a tosefes, he calls. And therefore, Abba v'im are in charge of tosefes, Mashenka, the ikar is in charge, Ari is in charge of the ikar. Okay, now, we explained 6 reasons why we had 12 months. Why Zah has to go through a tikkun of 12 months. Now let's explain again. There's another Zman called 9 months. Why do we need 9 months? We're going to have 2 tamim. Gam bezman ibol ze haya 9 chodoshim. V'tam hu sheyesh bo ata vak v'shlosh mochim shem 9. Very simple. You have 6 spheres in Zah. When the mochim the gadlus come in, that's another 3. So then you have 9 spheres. So that's why it takes 9 months. Very simple. Every month takes another. Every sphere takes another month in a second. All tamachem. B'ma shekosavnu le'eh she'abba v'ima zivugam hu bekoach mazal chesed dikna da'achampin. Remember, Abba v'ima make a zivug al yedei, this hashpah that he's getting from the dikna ches. Sheyesh bo shlosh havayas the Yudim. As you explained, there's 3 abs over there of Yudim. Sheyesh bo teisha vavim. Remember we spoke before about the Yudim, but there's 12 Yudim, but there's only 6 vavim. ומשם נמשך בהם שפע, והיה בסוד עיבור 9 חודשים, אלו, sorry, I mean it's not 6 vavim, it's 9 vavim. From the 3 different sets of Ab, you have 9 vavim, and because of that who saw the עיבור 9 חודשים, אלו לצורך המוחים. That's why we need 9 months. והנה אחת 9 חודש, 9 שנים ויום אחד, שהוא שהיה זah. Now, 9 years and 1 day, you got all the way up from Katnus until the end of Yanika. Bo'u lo mochim ba'elu. From 9 years and 1 day onwards, then comes the mochim de Kabbalists. מאז עד תשלום י' ג' שנים ויום אחד שלמים, אז נעשה זah בחינס גודל. Then from 9 years and 1 day till Yud Gimel, that's all b'chlal gadlus and kosher onwards. V'nikra odom gomel. Then Zah will have grown to be an odom. Now, tam heyois Yud Gimel shonim. Now, why dafka Yud Gimel shonim? So who ki b'tchilas haya lo vak. We know he had 6 spheres at the beginning. Then he got 6 spheres plus 4. Chochma Bina v'das kolul chasadim v'gvos, which is 4. So that's 6 and 4. That's 10. At the beginning, he only got the 4 mochim on top of it. It didn't go in. So again, that's already 10 years already. He had 6 spheres and then another 4 makifim. That's already takes you to 10 years. Again, you have the Abba Mochim, which are flowing on top of his head. They still haven't come into him yet. Then they go into what's called the levushim of tvuna, which are the wrappings, which are the coverings to cover over these morchim which are hovering above his head. As nichnosim ispashim tok pinimius de zah, then they slowly gravitate inside of zah. But as einam rak shlosha morchim. Why 3? There were 4 on top of it. Why did it become 3? Shachasadim v'gurot nitlabishu b'yesod bina shu keli echad. As they're going into the levushim, the 2 chasadim v'gurot are going into the middle kav, which is in the yesod of tvuna, or sod of bina, as you want to call it. That's 1 keli. So the chasadim v'gurot, they melt into 1 keli, they become 1. That's 3. So we had 10, and then 4. So we had 6 and 4, that's 10 years, and plus another 3, that's 13. That's going to be called the das as it's coming in. V'nimtza shem vak, which is the 6 years. Abba makifim, which is another 4 years it took to get the makifim. And shlosha mochim penimim, what?
Yes.
Sorry?
Months, why years?
Years, talking years, yeah. Yud Gimel Shana.
Yeah, v'nimtza shem vak.
Vak is 6 years.
From the beginning, okay, yes.
Right, 6 years, and the Abba Mochim, which is another 4 years, and Shlosha Mochim, when they finally come inside, Mochim Pinim is Hariyakol, Yud Gimel V'Hamed. That kicks into Yud Gimel.
All the Gadol start at year 9.
Shem and Sosan asked this question.
What do you mean?
This is a steal. Alright, Shem and Sosan asked this question. It's not only here we find a steal. The emes is that we find steals all the way at Chaim. Sometimes he tells us 6 years. That's good, Yecham. All right, good. Sometimes it's 6 years, sometimes it's 9 years. He says he's not sure. Well, there is a divrei sholom, which is the neched of the shemesh, who ein sham hitake goes at length in Etz Chaim Shaar Yud Aleph, pereck vav. There he's marich at length to be mazbe had you miyashiv all these money together. It seems to be meshani his l'shoinus over here. But then nechanami. Okay, good. So that was the next time we meet. It's pereck Gimel Deibor. Okay.